After a youth spent in studying and then in scientific research, NICHOLAS STENO, at age 28, converted to the Catholic Church while watching the Corpus Christi procession, thus realizing the greatness and magnificence of the Eucharist, the real presence of Jesus in the host. He then decided to become a priest and missionary in his own country. NICHOLAS STENO was born in Copenhagen, Denmark on January 10th, 1638. Since his youth, he was greatly involved in natural science studies to the point of being considered among the founding fathers of geology, paleontology, and crystallography. His prolific scientific activity caused him to travel all over Europe. On June 24th, 1666, in Livorno, Italy, NICHOLAS STENO received the grace of conversion to the Catholic faith. His biographers wrote, quote, "He observed with curiosity and perplexity the procession for the feast of Corpus Christi and the fervor around it. The large Piazza dell'Armi was bursting with colors and sounds. A loud, prolonged ringing of bells could be heard. The young man was recalling another procession he watched 3 years before in Lovanio, Belgium, where many students were lined up and dozens of black-robed professors were walking. He could perceive something different here. Maybe it was a sense of joy, a new warm feeling, or maybe his eyes had changed. Long lines of men in white tunics were processing and singing. Banners were swinging in the gentle breeze coming from the sea. Friars and priests were processing too, dressed in their white robes adorned with laces and fringes. Even more priests were part of the procession, wearing their copes shining in the sun, and people holding incense burners. Finally, a big golden canopy passed by, and under it a minister of the church, solemnly dressed, absorbed in his thoughts, carrying close to his chest the precious monstrance with the sacred host. People knelt as the Blessed Sacrament passed by, and eyes were sparkling with love as they gazed upon the host. All heads bowed down in adoration. Petals and flowers were showering from all corners. The young NICHOLAS STENO spent the whole day with deep uneasiness in his heart. He remembered the Jesuit priest in Paris with whom he had discussed the real presence of Jesus in the consecrated host. The Jesuit priest had emphasized the value of Jesus' words at the Last Supper, "This is my body," and then St. Paul's first letter to the Corinthians. That day, NICHOLAS STENO decided to convert to Catholicism. He immediately entered the seminary, and after 9 years of study, he was ordained a priest. He described his conversion thusly, quote, "As soon as I attentively pondered God's favors to me, these appeared to be so many that I couldn't help but offer him the best of myself, and in the best way, from the bottom of my heart. Therefore, having come to know the great dignity of priesthood, I asked and obtained that I might offer the Immaculate Host to the Eternal Father, for my good and the good of others." Unquote.